Hello viewers, learners, ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic is 5 tricky way to become a fluency, or we may even say 5 tricky tricks or formula to become a fluency. Let's start with the first tricky mastering English. The first tricky one is get to know the parts of speech and how to identify the part of speech. Normally, the parts of speech are 7. The first one is noun. The noun, it's based on, it's talking about the place or the idea, etc. Example, cat, love, London. I've given you 3 examples. The one is talking about animal. The second one is love. It's an idea. Next one is London. It's talking about the place. So you can easily identify the noun format. In short, we say N for noun. The second part is verb. Verb is, it denotes action as well as it's a being state. The verbs, there are lots of verbs. Action verbs, linking verbs, tense verb, auxiliary verbs, etc. Now I'm going to talk about regular verbs and irregular verbs. Here, run. It's talking about regular. When the tense changes in tree form, run, ran, and run. Example, he runs fastly. The next example I'm going to elaborate. I love you. Love, loved, loved. So here, I love you. Love, it indicates the being action as well as being state. Next one is adjective. Form of adjective is describing a place or it modifies. Example, white shirt. I wore white shirt. So white, it's an adjective. Shirt, it's a noun. It qualifies a noun. The next, add verb. Adding something to the sentence or it modifies a verb, adjective or another adverb. He runs quickly. So here, runs, it modifies an adverb quickly. He speaks well. Again here, verb speaks modifies well adverb. The next one is preposition. Preposition is giving a relation between both sentence or words. Examples, on. The pen is on the table. Under. The cat is under the table. In. Get in. The next one is interjunction. It's talking about surprise. So when we surprise something, for example, I'm in the church. When you look into or look around the church, you may say that, wow, what a beautiful structure, or you may say, what a palace. So this is what we surprised. We have to interconnect with interjunction. The final one is conjunction. Conjunction is to connect or giving a words, or it's give a role between the vital role to the both words or sentences, connecting to each words or sentences, that we call conjunction. For example, and. My friend and I went to market yesterday. Here we used and. You can choose this or you can choose that. So here we use conjunction as or. So this is how I identify the parts of speech. Now the same way we need to identify the parts of the speech and we can generate in the form of sentence. This is how I learned English, because I am going to introduce the 5 tricky formula. The first formula already I have introduced, get to know the parts of speech and its structure. The next one I'm going to introduce about the structure is sentence pattern. I'm going to give you the few sentence pattern. The one, subject plus verb. He runs or he reads. Subject plus verb. You can easily now identify the subject. Subject is what? It's based on the noun. You can use as a subject. Here, he runs. He, we can use as a pronoun, as well as we can use subjective pronoun is he. So you can use he as a subject. And runs or reads, it's a verb. So you can easily identify the identification of the parts of the speech as well as the sentence structure, how we can use using or following the parts of speech. The number 2 is subject plus verb plus object. He gave a gift. He gave a gift. Here, subject, verb and object. So here, you can easily identify he is a subject, gave the past verb, and a gift is an object. The third one is S plus V plus indirect object plus object. Here, my friend gave me a gift. Here, my friend is a subject and gave is a verb. Me is an indirect object and gift is a direct object. So these are the few important sentence patterns. Now, let's pass on to the second tricky formula is basic grammar. The grammar is be formation, have formation, do formation, and we need to know open-ended and closed-ended questions. If you know these few areas, you can easily, speak fluently. Next, I'm going to introduce the third tricky formula is how to use vocabulary and words. When you started to communicate, when you speak, we recall vocabulary and we struck, am I speaking to the right word? And those time, we do identify it belongs to which part of speech, and you have to connect with the formula of how to use the vocabulary. See, how I learned, I have to know by heart few vocabulary. I didn't ask you to, by heart the complicated words or bombastic words. Make by heart the few words where you use daily conversation. Most of them, they may misguide you with that, don't by heart vocabulary. It's literally wrong. I'm against that. You need to, or you must by heart few vocabulary that into day-to-day life conversation. First, you pick a word and identify which part of speech, either it's noun or verb or adjective or adverb. And you can frame a sentence based on subject plus verb, subject plus verb plus subject, subject plus verb plus complement, subject plus verb plus direct object or indirect object. If you could know the formula or the sentence pattern, it's easy for you to frame a sentence and it's easy for you to communicate in English. So this is how I learned, using the first method, using the second method, and using the third method as how to use vocabulary. So basically, you get to know the parts of speech and the sentence pattern, and if you know the basic grammar, definitely you can build fluency. So this is what the journey of mine. I usually, get to know the basic grammar and I get to know about the sentence pattern. If you know these 3 formulas mainly, you can able to speak in English. Provided, I'm going to introduce another 2 tricky formulas. The fourth one is listening skill. Normally, what you do, we just listen to any topic or music or any leaders speak, but we never get into or we never repeat after. What I do, I listen and I by heart and I reinforce the vocabulary and the pronunciation. This is how I learn to speak. Why don't you do the same? Listen some topic and repeat after, and you just watch how the words pronounced, how the word is formulated into the sentences. If you know these formulas, definitely you never interrupt with anything. You can focus on the topic. You can focus on the topic which you listened. If you literally completely focused, definitely you can enrich your listening skill too. The final formula is consistent practice and speaking. Just you can start with a small talk, asking about question, or you can ask about the day. How about today's weather? Is it good? If you ask these few questions, or you can ask these certain questions, definitely you can start a small talk. And in other hand, you can ask another question. How about your life so far? If you ask these two sentences, definitely you can frame number of sentences with descriptive writing. So this is how I learned my English. See, I'm basically Tamil medium student. I don't know how to start English. Somehow, I use these formulas. The first formula, again, I'm willing to introduce. The first formula identifies the parts of speech. The next one, sentence pattern and basic grammar. The next one is how to use vocabulary. And the next one is consistent practice and listening skill. Dear viewers, if you are really the beginner, if you're really thirsty to build a communication skill, use these 5 formulas. You can able to speak good, and you can easy to frame sentence structure, either speaking skill or even writing. Sometimes you can record your voice for listening. If you have failed to listen to others' conversation or leaders speak, you record yourself and you can listen. You can correct yourself where you made a mistake, and you can find it out and you can correct them it. So that is a way everyone improves their language, especially I am. So dear viewers and learners, I request you to follow these 5 tricky formulas to enrich, to reinforce your development of English or the communication skill. Dear viewers, all my videos I requested, why don't you spread the news to the globe and the community where you live. If you like my videos, you can give positive thumb and make use of comment box. You can suggest the good topic or the interesting topic. Definitely I'm come in front of you. I'm ready to display. Thanks for watching, dear viewers. Thank you very much.